all aboard! Get ready to chew, chew, chew your way to a delicious meal. Situated inside a train station that dates back to 1884, Steaming Tender in Palmer, Massachusetts is the place to be whether you're a train enthusiast or if you're just on a fast track for some delicious eats. Owner Robin Lamonthe has created a space that's part restaurant, part transportation museum, and all fun. Whether you're taking in the trains passing through, enjoying a ride on the antique stagecoach, or just feasting on some fantastic fare.
When I opened the restaurant, I wanted to be more than just a food establishment. You have to have the right sounds, you have to have the right smells, you have to have something that is more than a dining experience. We keep the history flowing where, we don't have a paved road. You come down a dirt road. We're wedged in between two tracks. So the trains are going by, you got the old 1884 train station, and you just feel like you are placed in another era.
And when you actually reach the doors of the restaurant, it can be a bit overwhelming, according to manager Lisa Hamill.
It's very unique. It's almost like a living history museum. It's really neat to see that there's such small details from the brickwork, the floors, the vaulted ceilings. There's archways all over the place.
It all has customers floored.
And they come in and they're just completely wowed and walking around like this, not looking where they're going because there's just so much to look at. It's not something that you're going to get anywhere else.
In train speak, the tender is the car attached to a steam locomotive. And here at the Steaming Tender restaurant, there's nothing more steaming or tender than the classic New England turkey dinner.
It's very classic, roasted turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and then of course some cranberry sauce. It's just one plate that satisfies all of your needs.
If your needs include pasta, cheese, and lobster, look no further than the Lobster Mac.
It's big chunks of lobster meat in there. Get some fresh broccoli, and then it's topped with some seasoned breadcrumbs that goes under the broiler to give it that crispy homemade macaroni and cheese like your mom used to make.
But if you want all that great taste of lobster without the carbs, get it on a salad.
Our lobster salad is a huge portion, claw and knuckle lobster meat. We mix that with some mayonnaise, celery, and a little bit of tarragon. That goes on top of a fresh house salad, which is a mix of lettuces, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, and then croutons, which we also bake off here in-house.
Other seafood dishes include fried oysters served in the shell, an overloaded cioppino that could feed the whole boat, and mussels served in a bright limoncello sauce that you can also find over fresh haddock.
We've taken something from the bar and incorporated a wonderful sauce that's great for the winter and the summer. It's filling and it's also light at the same time. It's a good balance for all seasons.
Sandwiches at Steaming Tender are always on track, with everything from a half-pound burger piled high with Swiss cheese, sautéed onions, peppers, and mushrooms, to a grilled cheese stuffed with barbecue smoked pork that's slow-cooked in-house for 18 hours.
It's very tasty, and the barbecue sauce is sweet, and then you get the smokiness of the pork shoulder, and it's very juicy and really satisfying.
But nothing will get your engine going quite like the grilled Reuben.
We slow cook the corned beef here in-house. Our thick cut rye comes in to us unsliced, so we're able to hand cut it to the thickness that we want, and then they do top it with sauerkraut, Thousand Island, Swiss cheese, and when you put it down in front of somebody, they say, "Oh my God, can I have a takeout container because this is such a giant sandwich."
If you do have room for dessert, order the whiskey bread pudding, a dessert that has diners speechless.
They don't even say anything, they just mouth like,
And for a twist on a fair favorite, try the strawberry shortline, a dessert that takes fried dough and tops it with all the goodness of strawberry shortcake.
it's a good way to end a meal, and it's also a great share. We serve it like a pie. We have this big plate with the fried dough. People see it, they're like, oh my goodness. We already assume it's going to be a shared because it's big, and it's just a great way to end a family meal.
And whether you're passionate about dining cars or just great dining, with a dedicated owner like this, you know you're on the right track at Steaming Tender.
I love food, I love architecture, I love history, I like putting together themed concept. So I have a train station, so it's all about the rail, and I just get such satisfaction coming up with a new menu item, maybe from an old dining car, or getting a new artifact to show off, because people appreciate it, people notice.